Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Surviving Mars. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because things here in the colony are going, well, they're going pretty well. We do have some malfunctioning pipes just over this way, which, of course, is a little bit of an issue. We are going to want to get that fixed ASAP, which means we're going to need to bring some metal over this way. We've also had a crop failure. The wheat, I believe, has failed on us, which obviously isn't ideal, but I'm not too concerned about that. We have got plenty of food left over, so I don't think it's going to be the end of the world, as it were. We also have almost 3 days left on the founder stage of the colony, and we also have the Enterprise on its way to Mars at the moment, bringing 5 RC explorers, 5 polymers, and 10 electronics things. Electronic, what do you call it? That's a food depot. That's not what I'm looking for at all. Electronics. It's just called electronics. I could not remember for the life of me. Anyway, what we're going to need to do is have the transport load up on some metals there. Just a little bit, just needs one, which is going to be brought all the way over here to sort out the pipe leak that we have going on, because that pipe leak is obviously a bit of a big deal. That is going to be bad for the water supply going into the Dimmadome over here, so we'll probably want to get that fixed ASAP. Also worth noting is that the Voyager is ready to take off at this point, but I don't want to do that until we've built the drone hub here, which actually is going to need some electronics. So once the Enterprise lands, we can build the drone hub and then send both the Enterprise and the Voyager back to Earth at pretty much the same time. We have loads of fuel lying around, so it's not going to be an issue to do that. Also worth pointing out, the polymer factory is still doing all right. And we've also just researched the decommission protocol, which means we can finally go ahead and decommission the concrete extractor from there. And we can also fully decommission the diner from that spot. So both of those buildings are going to go away completely, freeing up the space for other things. So the diner, I believe, will clear soon enough. I have unfortunately forgotten what I was going to put in that space. I think it was going to be an apartment building, if I remember right. So is that something that we have unlocked at this point? I don't know for sure. No, we haven't. So we're not able to build apartments yet. We are researching it though, so that's fine. Now let's see here, we have something new. Micro manufacturing will let us build the electronics factory without needing a prefab. That's tempting, but I don't think it's going to be urgent. So we're currently working on the low G high rises. The hydroscopic vaporators, whatever you want to call them, are up next, which will increase water production by 50%. Then in-dome buildings will need maintenance less often. The solar panels will clean themselves. So what do we want as our 5th research at the moment? I don't think we need one-time funding of $1,000 million. I don't think that's going to be needed at all. We have the RC rover no longer needs recharging. That's tempting. We could say that sensor towers no longer require power or maintenance, just to save on resources a little bit. We have the low G fungi as well. Water, oxygen, and power storage capacity expanded by 50%. That actually sounds like a pretty good idea. So we'll go for that and see what's up. And what I'd also like to do is just see if we have... we don't have any anomalies around just yet. We have 2 over there that we can't actually get to at the moment. And we also have a pipe leak there again, which is a little bit strange. So I think what we're probably going to want to do is send this rover over to grab a bit more metal. And I think we'll take a couple of bits of metal over to this end of things so that if anything breaks down, we can fairly quickly fix it rather than having to send the transport rover back and forth. Now, the good news is the Enterprise is ready to come in for a landing, so let's go ahead and have the Enterprise just land there. And let's also just see, my Explorer is out that way. It's probably worth bringing you back just so that if I want you to do anything, you're going to be available and sort of central rather than away out there. So we'll bring that back, we'll bring the Enterprise down, and what this is going to do... Oh, hello. That's possibly problematic if everybody's a gambler. They travel through 50 million miles to a rocky, inhospitable world and try to bend it to humanity's will. Maurice Hudson, on the other hand, seems to also be a gambler in the more traditional sense. We must not judge. On the contrary, we must be supportive and help our dear comrade with whom we've traversed the void, spearheaded humanity's expansion on other worlds, only to find that we are no safer from the vices so earthly, it's as if we never left. Okay, well, he can be a gambler all he likes. We don't have anywhere where he can gamble, so it's fine. The good news is we have 5 RC Explorers landing here. So that's kind of fun. Can I select multiple? I don't think I can. It's the thing here is we don't desperately need these Explorers. I just got them for the bonus research. So I'm just going to sort of move them up there and sort of just leave them there. Because like I said, they give, I believe these things, collaboration loss is 300. Hold on, what is our research per day then? We get 300 from the Explorers. So I imagine it maybe peaks at one point, unless I move them around so that they're not near each other, and then maybe the collaboration loss goes away. I don't think that's a thing. I think I've been tricked. I've been bamboozled, because we are not getting much of a benefit from those at all. So that's a little problematic. I guess this is something that we've learned at least. So let's send you up there and let's just salvage 1 or 2 of these. So that one's going to be salvaged. And now the collaboration loss is 200. Okay. So 700 research per day. That's not bad. Let's salvage another one, which is gonna keep it at 680. Now that's interesting. Okay, so we'll keep it where it is. We lost a little bit of research there, but that's okay. Now the good news is both of my ships are ready to leave here. So we're actually gonna go ahead and launch at pretty much the same time if possible. Why is that one leaving earlier? That's a little bit strange. There we go. So that one can leave. And you know what? Just because, you know, I always do this, we're gonna just get the video screenshot right there, because that's actually kind of neat looking. And I can also show off the photo mode, because I haven't done that yet. So we're gonna bring the FOV in a little bit. We're gonna change the time of day to be like there. And let's see, let's fog density up a little bit. Depth of field's gonna be like that. The defocus strength is gonna be quite high. And what we want to do is change the depth to be like that. And there you go. Turn off the bloom a little bit too. And then toggle the UI. And there you go. That's how a lot of the thumbnails for this series have been done thus far. Just using the photo mode. Because it's actually really cool. I love when games sort of give you the option to have sort of like a proper photo mode thing. It's really cool. Let's maybe focus a little bit, or defocus the background a little bit less. There we go. Toggle the UI, take the screenshot. And for some reason look at this, the effect seems to have disappeared there. That was a bit weird. Anyway, both ships are now gone. We have some malfunctioning pipes up that way, which is not good. I don't even know if we have metal to fix it over here. We do have a little bit. We have pipes not working down here as well. And I do believe you're going to have picked up a lot of metal there, which we probably don't want you to do, but whatever. What's done is done. Just go and drop it off over that way, and we'll see what happens. This building down here is currently not working because the storage is full, which I believe is also because the storage here is full. So I think it might be an idea to get a little bit more in the way of concrete storage over here. So just something a bit like that should do the job. That'll hopefully get filled up eventually. And like I said, we have this area in here freed up for apartments. But I'm thinking that in a day, when we can bring more people to Mars, we are probably going to want... Well, for one, we're going to want to be able to build apartments, but I also really want to be able to build a research lab. I really want the research lab so that we can, again, get some bonus research here. So we'll say that the apartment's going to be built there. It needs polymers. It needs concrete. We actually have some polymers lying around, which is fantastic news. And we have some up here as well. So you are going to go and load up on polymers. And then you're going to bring them to the southern part of the colony, down at the Dimmadome. And then we'll go from there. Unfortunately, everything down here has been fixed. This drone hub still hasn't been built because it needs electronics. Now, I do believe we have some electronics around, but I don't know if we have enough. Now, that's interesting. We have a sector scanned over here, which has... Ooh. Now, that's a beautiful site right there. That's a fair few resources, if I do say so myself. So I'm quite excited about that. But let's get back to the business at hand. We've got my transport rover who is deciding to not lift the resources I asked him to lift because he can't reach them. Oh, no, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Go lift the... Are you stuck? Can you go lift those polymers for me? Yeah, so just lift all of those and then dump them down here. And that way we can actually build those apartments, which means when the founder stage is over in 10 hours, we can bring people to Mars. Also, let's keep track of research and see what's up here. So we have the smart home, which provides a very comfortable living space for colonists. Residents will recover sanity when resting. It needs... Let's see. It's going to need 5 concrete, 3 electronics, and a smart complex. I don't know what the smart complex... Oh, those are the new buildings, right? So homes and smart complex. Okay. Well, maybe. I don't think we need it yet, though. I think, honestly, I'm kind of tempted by the CO2 jet propulsion, but I don't know if I'm even going to use that. As for everything else, residences in basic domes have improved comfort. That actually seems like a good idea, since we are going to be putting people in an apartment building, which is less comfortable than the basic homes thing that we have. So that's going to be for the best right there. Now, let's see. This thing is slowly being worked on, which is fine by me. We could probably also look into the research lab, although it needs 8 electronics. It also, I assume, probably needs electronics for maintenance. Actually, we have 24 electronics down here. So that's fine. We can totally build the research lab. Now, let's see here. Building's not working. It's going to be you because your storage is full. That's not that much of a big idea. Big problem is the word I'm looking for there. And I'm also thinking we probably want to unpin some of these rovers because we just aren't paying attention to them there. We don't really need to stress about the 3 rovers we have set up there. Oh, hello. The long-time dream of the human civilization as a whole to settle another world has come true. To be among the people who made this happen makes me feel enthusiastic and proud. We are already swarmed with applications for relocation on Mars, and the wanderlust and enthusiasm of these people makes me proud to be a human being. The Red Planet continues to be inhospitable and even dangerous, but we as a species had always displayed the ability to adapt and improve. The adverse conditions will only make us try harder, so I say, bring it on. The colony has been evaluated positively. Additional colonists can be called from Earth. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Now let me keep track of research for just a second, because I don't know if I did get the thing that will let me put more people on a rocket. Did we research that? Did we research the thing that will let me improve and increase the passenger rockets? I absolutely have no idea. I don't even know what it would... I think it was that one, wasn't it? Yeah. So we haven't actually researched that, which is a bit of a shame. But, well, you know, whatever. Let's get this apartment building done, and then we can... let's actually set that to be quite high priority as well. Because once the apartment building's done, we can actually bring people to Mars. In fact, we could probably go ahead and just bring them right away. So passenger rocket, we have 42 colonists that match our current set of requests. So we are going to launch the Enterprise, I think. I think we'll launch the Enterprise. Oh, hold on. Launch with 2 passengers. Oh. Oh, no, I see what's going on. So we can launch anyway, despite not having the space for them. Or just launch with... Let's just launch anyway. So there we go. Because this will be done by the time they get here. I hope. I mean, the rocket can stay in orbit of the planet for a couple of days. But I assume this will be done by the time they get here. It is coming along nicely, even though we don't have that many drones over here. In fact, maybe it would be an idea to bring a little bit of backup towards the dome just to get things done a little bit quicker. Because we don't want to risk keeping that rocket in orbit for too long. That's definitely a bit of a worry. Cable faults and pipe leak. Both of those, I believe, can be fixed in this area. So I'm not too worried about that at all. We should be totally fine. And you should be about to deploy your drones, which means the drones can go ahead and get to work moving concrete. That's not really what I wanted them to do, but sure, that's totally fine. Actually, moving concrete is probably the best thing they could do, because concrete's what's needed for the apartment building, so that'll be up very, very soon. We're at 29 of 35. This thing over here hasn't even been touched yet, which, again, is fine. That's not that much of a big deal. As long as this gets built in a reasonable amount of time, I don't think we need to worry. I don't think we're going to have to be concerned about people getting stuck in orbit for any real period of time. I just don't think it's going to happen. Let's see. 33, 34. Can we get the 35 and then get the construction going? That's going to be 35. Oh, no, construction has begun. All right. So the apartments are going up, meaning we can probably go ahead and, yeah, they're going to start working on the research lab, which is excellent news. There we go. Apartments are done. Then we can change what they look like a little bit. I mean, kind of like that one. Although that does just flip the building around a bit, doesn't it?
Cable fault reported.
You know what? I think that actually looks better. So that'll do. Let's see here. We have found a new anomaly. It's going to be this one. So let's send over the Explorer to have a little look and see what exactly is going on that way. And whilst we're at it, we'll go ahead and say that we want to keep scanning that way. We have the first Martian born. Not bad. Someone's been born on Mars. Which, I mean, it's not ideal because we don't have anywhere to look after kids, but, you know, first Martian born. Now, let's see here. We need to land the Enterprise, I think, quite far from operational domes. It's apparently got no domes in walking distance. Really? I find that hard to believe. They walked that before. They have walked that distance before, but sure, we'll go ahead and throw this into that spot there then. You know, we'll just scorch another bit of the Martian terrain because you guys don't want to walk very far. That's fine. There we go. So we got new people arriving on the red planet. which does mean a bunch of you are going to live in the apartments. And hopefully, we're going to start seeing some work shifts get filled up a little bit. Which I'm very excited about personally. And there we go. The research thing is getting built. This thing has a couple more workers. I have to imagine there's a couple of people that are going to be unemployed. I have to imagine. Now, this thing's not currently working. There we go. We got one person working there.
Anomaly analyzed.
I mean, 55 extra research per day is not bad. Definitely not bad. I'd like it to be a bit higher. Let's see here. Do we have anyone that is unemployed? No. So everybody's now working. Which I guess is fair enough. I mean, we have a decent number of people working the farm. So I guess that's going to improve things, right? That should, by all means, improve some things. We have a couple people working there for 125 extra research per day. This thing's at 2.5 machine parts per day. This thing is a residential structure. I don't know why I'm looking at that. And this is 1 polymer per day. So I guess that's better than nothing. And we also just got the hydro. I thought it said hydro. Hygroscopic evaporators are done. So that's not bad. We also have new techs available because we got that that thing back there, the Anomaly. So what have we got here? Atomic accumulator. It will store electrical power. It has a huge capacity but charges slowly. Okay. We have Martian Patents. License Martian technology for use back on Earth. You get 500 million in funding. This is repeatable and can be researched multiple times. Okay, well, I mean, I don't think we need it yet. Let's keep scrolling along and see what we have here. So, holographic scanning. Upgrade for the holographic scanner. Increase the birth rate in the dome. I don't know if we want that yet. Water conservation system. Water consumption of domes reduced by 50%. 10,000 research for that. Arcology. This will provide comfortable living space for many colonists. That's a spire building that would go in the middle of a dome. And this is fueled extractors. Production increased by 30% as long as the building is supplied with fuel. Okay, well that's actually kind of tempting, but I do think we want to get this thing to increase the capacity of passenger rockets. Also, sustainable architecture is very close to being done. We get 805 research per soul as well, so quite happy about that. I would like to see if we can increase that, though. So let's just up the priority of the research thing and see. Has that hurt anything? No, it seems like everything is still working. This has still got people in it. This has still got a work shift. So that's good. We are getting an extra 451 research per day thanks to this one research lab, which brings our total research per day to 1,181, which is fantastic news. Now, at this point, it is worth pointing out, I suppose, that we actually are going to need to build another dome. And I'm thinking I want a medium dome next time. So let's have a quick look at this and see what we can do. Low G engineering is something we probably want. So let's maybe go ahead and say that we probably want to get that before bringing more people in. That's not strictly true that we want to get that before bringing more people in, because we do have space for people in the apartments, and we could absolutely, you know, bring more people in. Now, why do I get the feeling that's outside of the range for fuel? Actually, no, I think that is being refueled, so that's fine. Sustainable architecture has been got. So I think at this point we maybe do just want to bring more people in. We can just get another passenger rocket. So let's launch the Voyager. Interesting. Mission evaluation, the final frontier. Okay. Our nature is one of discovery and novelty. Our curiosity will never be satisfied. To this, we owe much of our civilization's prosperity and progress. Exploring the mysteries beyond our world caters to the best in us, and by capturing our collective imagination as a species, we bring the focus back to what we can accomplish together instead of bickering and fighting amongst each other. So it wants me to analyze 30 anomalies at Sol 100. We've currently done 13. Alright. I mean, I can certainly try. I can certainly try. Now let's see here. The Enterprise is ready to take off. Let's just get it out of here since there's nothing on board that we urgently need. So we'll send that off back to Earth. And we'll bring another 12 people to the Red Planet, which is very exciting because it means we can start filling up more jobs. It means that machine parts should be produced more often. We should see a bit more polymer. And of course, the research as well. 548 research per day is kind of a big deal. 1,228 overall. I like it. I can totally get behind that. Now let's see here. What is our next step going to be? I mean, we could start working on another basic dome. I don't think another basic dome would be a bad idea. It could be a service dome, so that we start putting things in there like, well, services. So, I mean, it's tempting. It is very tempting to basically just build a sort of service dome. And I think we might do it. I genuinely think we might do it. Now, let's see here. Can I put these, like, super close together? I can. I can put them about that close together. So maybe we do it. Maybe we build another sort of small basic dome down here. And it can become some kind of service dome. That might not be a bad idea. Or we put a couple of apartments in there and try and make it super comfortable. I think we're going to try it. We're going to go for another dome down here, which is obviously going to need a connection for both power and for, well, a variety of things, really. So that's going to be built there. And we're also going to need the pipes going there. So that should be fine. We probably want to look at redundancy there, because if that one bit of pipe fails, then we have a problem. So I think doing that might be an idea, just to double up on it a little bit. And also doing a power cable there as well. Might not be terrible. So if that bit of cable fails, that one can sort of pick up, I think. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, we have the Voyager ready to land. So let's go ahead and say that the Voyager is going to land just over there. Also, I saw some comments saying that I obviously know my Star Trek. I actually don't. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I like it, I enjoy it, but I haven't watched that much of it. Now let's see here. We're having some issues with pipes not working because it seems like we don't have much metal around. So the transport is gonna come along here, and we're gonna load it up on metal because we need to get those pipes fixed.
New colonists have arrived.
There we go. The colonists are arriving. We have one that's actually unemployed, which is good news. We can put him to work, you know, somewhere else, which I'm definitely keen to do. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, what's wrong with you? Are you not working because... Let's see here. Because the waste rock is full? Yeah, that's why. And now we've got dehydration because of it. Okay, that's fine. No, that is totally fixable. Bring the rover over. And let's build a couple more dumping sites. So just like that. And they should be fine. Now you right there. You are going to bring some metal to this location. And we should be able to solve this problem momentarily. Now, there you go. You've dumped off some metal there. The rest of the metal, gonna go up there. So there you go. And then once you get over this way, you can start clearing the waste rock, and we should see the water production get back to where it needs to be. So there we go. That right there should fix the... Yeah, that fixed the problem. That's fine. Although you still technically don't have enough water. Interesting. The building's not working up here. I guess technically that pipe leak is going to cause some issues, isn't it? And once that gets fixed, you know, perhaps that will help things a little bit. I guess we'll see. That building is also not working because of an inactive shift. It also doesn't have resources. Oh. Oh, well, that messes things up a little bit, doesn't it? Let's start moving fuel. So you're going to load up on fuel here. And then you're going to unload fuel there. We're also getting low on metals, which is a bit of a concern. This thing's making 3.1 machine parts per day. This thing is probably due another work shift.
Our colonists are suffering from
hypothermia. A power shortage, really? Interesting. Are the batteries no longer enough? Because if that's the case, that's actually really, really bad news. Let's see what we can do here. I think we might have expanded a little too quickly, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll get a few more solar panels in here, even if we don't necessarily have the resources to build all of them yet. You know, we can get a few more solar panels in. And hopefully that'll be enough to do some good things. So there we go. We'll get that done. You are done moving fuel, apparently, which is fair enough. What you can then go and do, I suppose, is start grabbing some metal. There's a bit of metal up there. Go and load up on... Go and load up on metal in that area. And then dump it off, you know, when you're done. Dust repulsion has been researched. That's good news. And the batteries, just looking at them, they're not really charging.
Sector scanned.
Yeah, there's 107 is the demand. The hourly production is 110. The batteries aren't charging anymore because everything's up and working. Well, that's bad. That's very not good, is what that is. That's very, very bad news. But hopefully we can... A cable fault, really? That's not the best news. That is definitely not the best news. Fortunately, this thing is producing 12.1 metal per day. It might be worth turning off one research shift and getting a few more people out there. And maybe increasing the priority of this so that we can get as much metal per day as possible. Because metal is something that we definitely seem to need a lot of. So hopefully that'll work out for us. Hopefully some good things will happen there. As for you, you have loaded up on metal, so let's go and dump that off in here. And we are about to face another night where the dome isn't going to have enough power. Because these things don't generate enough anymore. They don't generate enough electricity to charge the batteries all that much. The batteries are going to run out midway through the night, which is really bad news. You're going to dump off some metal so we can build some of those solar panels. But what's going on here? You don't have power. Okay. Yeah, that's to be expected. We're gonna fix it though. We could get things like wind turbines. Base production is 5 on those. We could absolutely throw some wind turbines in here. Definitely an option. Definitely something I'm considering. You know what? Wait, they need machine parts. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. What do you need to repair a wind turbine? Half of a machine part. I guess we're technically making machine parts, aren't we? So we should be able to do this. Needs 1 machine part to build as well. Well, I guess we're gonna see what happens here. Hopefully these will be a good addition. They also need concrete, which is actually kind of really convenient. So we'll see how this plays out. Let's build a few of those. See what happens. We have the concrete lying around. We have plenty of machine parts. So hopefully we're about to see some very good stuff here. Well, let me also just prioritize getting those built. Because I think getting those wind turbines in there is going to be a better idea than getting the solar panels right now. Because having some power generation overnight, that seems like a good idea to me. That seems like a very good idea to me. Now there we go. The dome is back up and working. What's wrong with you? Waiting for food. We have some food. What are you doing? You're working on the potatoes? All right. And there go the wind turbines working as well. Now you are waiting on concrete. That's fine. Let's see here. This is charging a bit, which is good. So hopefully those wind turbines are going to be pretty much exactly what we needed. And also if it gets stormy, they work a bit better, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, these things look like they're doing a bit better than they were. So I think we've done a good thing with the turbines. I definitely think we've done a good thing with the turbines there. Let's go ahead and get the Voyager to take off and head back to Earth. We don't really need it around here, so we'll not worry too much about it. What's up with you? Storage space is full? Well, that'll just be because we don't have enough drones down here, but I don't really want to, I don't want to bring a shed load more drones down here just yet. Although it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea. Because it does seem like a lot of things go quite slow around here from time to time, so I guess we'll just keep an eye on things and see what happens. As for you, these drones are going to be needed over this way to pretty much keep the water working. You know, because if these things fill up, we have a major problem. So we'll just keep those guys doing what they do. As for this dome, can we maybe prioritize it a little bit? Just a little bit. Because I would like to see it finished. And as for you, it's going to be really nice when we can... wait, resources are low on metals. You're making 16.5 per day. I guess you are technically consuming metal quite frequently. So it does make sense that our metal isn't going to be exactly where we want it to be. Because this thing is going to be consuming them. Now, with that said, I don't actually think we need people working on machine parts right now. I think we have enough of them. So that's going to free people up to go and work elsewhere. And I don't think anybody is unemployed. Which is good. That's very, very good news. Now, let's see here. Storage compression is being worked on. We should probably look towards getting a new research. Now, this right here, drones can extract concrete from waste rock stored in dumping sites. I do actually want to research that. Factory upgrade, increase production by 25%, but power consumption goes up as well. Ugh. I think this is going to be a really good idea. Because it means we can start clearing out the waste rock, even though it's 10,000 research. That is something we're going to want to do. We want to clear out that waste rock. Now let's see. Our 5th research is going to be... Let me just get rid of you. It could be that. But we also have this, which is a better storage thing for power. The Martian University. Utility crops. Let's decrease water consumption in domes. I think that's going to be a big idea. And an important idea at that as well. Yeah, look at these storage areas are getting ridiculously full here, so... Definitely going to want to do something about that. And look at how many people are just moving around. Wait, is one of them... Oh, someone's unemployed. Alright, well, I mean... We could start another work shift over there. We're up to 3.8 polymer per day, assuming we have the resources, which we actually don't, so let's turn that off again. And I guess start up a work shift there.
Cable fault reported.
A little bit of bonus research. And then you are in need of maintenance, which needs concrete, which will be done eventually. So this pipe is malfunctioning. Fortunately, it is being immediately repaired. This cable's malfunctioning, which is not being immediately repaired. Which is a little problematic. So where is my rover? He's going to be sat up there doing nothing at the moment. Let's see. Do we have any metal lying around out here? We have actually got a lot of metal up there. We have a lot of metal up that way. So let's go ahead and say load up on metal over there. And then just... Actually, no, that's not what we want to do. We want to do the transport route thing. So metal from there to there. So off you go, do your thing, and have a good time doing it. A lot of these things are currently broken because they don't have metal, but fortunately the batteries are actually fully charged, which is excellent news. So hopefully we will see the dome keep power overnight this time. And also hopefully we'll see this thing get fixed, because that's kind of a high priority. So if one of the drones wouldn't mind fixing that,
Complete.
that would be lovely. Storage compression has been researched. Quite happy about that. Let's have a little look and see what the next thing is going to be that's unlocked. What is that? The Megadome. Wow, okay. Absolutely research that. Absolutely research the Megadome. Now let's see here. Why is this not being repaired? Oh, there we go. He's going to fix it. I don't know how that building could malfunction. I guess the lights could stop working. That's about it, really. Just looks like the lights would stop and then the whole thing would kind of shut down. Let's see here. You've got no deposits left, really. Are you out of... You're actually out of resources. Interesting. That's a little bit of a shame, actually.
Cable fault reported.
A little bit of a shame. We have some more malfunctioning cables off this way. Also not getting fixed. 2 sets of malfunctioning cables right beside each other there as well, which is really, really bad news. So let's see. I guess... What happened to all the metal I told you to bring back? Oh, you're carrying it still. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. We do need to get it done here, though, because we are just losing... some power there. Let's go ahead and salvage this thing since it is out of resources. And then we can go ahead and just clear it as well. Alright, that should be fine once that's cleared. This one, I imagine, doesn't have much left in it either. But fortunately, I mean, we have a shed load of concrete lying around, so that's gonna be good. But I really feel like we need more drones. I wonder if we should get a delivery of drones done this way. It might not be the worst idea in the world to say, hey, let's ship in a few drones. What if we bring ourselves down to 5,000 million total? I mean, it doesn't seem like a bad idea. We could bring another transport as well. I feel like we need one. And maybe also a bit of metal. Yeah, let's launch the Enterprise with some cargo on board. And we'll go from there. I think it's gonna be a good idea. Now, as for you guys, you are working on more solar panels. Just looking at it, it looks like the batteries, yeah. The batteries do fill up, so we have some power there that's either being immediately consumed or wasted, potentially. Which I don't really like. I feel like we should maybe look at getting another couple of batteries. Or, you know, of course, the upgraded batteries are an option as well. Now, as for you, can we get you to pick up some metal from there this time and bring it down towards the malfunctioning cables? So I believe that's going to be here. Yeah, that's going to be right there. So just dump it off, and that will solve a few of our problems with relation to losing power. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this episode's going on a little bit. I think we're going to put a bit of a break into this one, and we'll come back next time and just see what happens. Also, why have I got you pinned? Don't want you pinned. There we go. We'll come back next time. We'll see what happens. I'm thinking I want to get this second dome up and get a couple of research buildings in there. I'm also thinking it might not be a bad idea to change out some of this. So let me just swap some of these out. I want to go for this next. Then I want the medium domes. Actually, no, we don't want the medium domes yet. We want to decrease the water consumption domes, obviously a long research. Then we'll get medium domes, and then maybe that. No, you know what? We'll go for that instead, the waste rock thing, because we have a lot of waste rock lying around that I'd like to get rid of. So this dome's going to be built, and I think it's going to be a combination of mostly residential with a little bit of production. Maybe residential and farms? Could be an idea. Either way, we'll find out next time. The dome's about to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there for today. So thank you, Cannon, for watching. This has been Surviving Mars, Part 5. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!